What's going on, people? Welcome back to another stream, man. And it's the Big Steve Show. Not had a Big Steve Show in a long time, man. It's been a fucking couple busy months, couple busy weeks, man. Loads of City. Steve, you know, goes to all the games, man. He's doing all these shows and that, so we try and fit him in when we can. But we've got him now, man. It's a good time, really, to get a little Big Steve going today. And the reason is because this is sort of like, we're at a pivotal moment, I feel, in the season, bro, because we've just started playing well. We've got this little break now, international break, and then boom, it's full send, title race, business end of the season. How are you feeling, bro? How are you feeling in this little off season we've got at the moment?
Yeah, to be honest, probably come at the wrong time for us because we're just starting to tick nice, putting teams away big time. You know, Big Earl's on fire. But it is what it is. We've got to reset. We've got to make sure we don't pick up any daft injuries while the lads are away. And we've got to be looking at coming back. It's the business end of the season that I've been talking about all year. Come back, big game, Liverpool. Doesn't get any bigger than that for us. And then, we've just got to go for it then. We've got Bayern Munich coming up, FA Cup semi-finals, so it's loaded. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, it is a madness. It's a madness. You know what's crazy? Yes, because obviously we're doing the Avengers show and that, so it's not like we have spoken and that. But how, like, the team has just switched, because obviously before that sort of Tottenham game when Pep Guardiola came out and said, you know, he's not happy with stuff, he's not happy with some of the performances, spirit and that. Some of the performances before that were proper dull, boring, weren't creating chances, defending wasn't great. Ruben Diaz is something that I remember us speaking about on this show, about how important he can be for this team. But he's come in and he's just completely changed the back line in my view. I think that if he's possibly one of the most important players in our squad right now, because the way he defends and leads from the back, he's completely changed our defense, isn't it? Because before we had that, it was like Ake, Akanji. Stones was in and out with injuries, and Diaz brings the best out of everyone around him.
He does. He leads by example as well. We've mentioned it before, the little group huddle before the game. He's always in that, barking the orders out, the last-ditch blocks. Anyone at the back who makes a clearance or like a last-minute attempt, he's on them straight away, patting them on the back, getting them going. And like you say, he's just gone back to being Ruben Diaz from that first season, who was outstanding. And last season, we patched up the defence and limped over the line and won the league. This year, we're going into this final 10 looking strong. We've got options on the bench. We've got Alvarez coming into the side and scoring when he plays. We've got Erling Haaland, who's just insane. So it's looking good from us. But look, it's not in our hands. Arsenal have got the noses in front, rightly so. We didn't put the marker down early enough, so we give them a bit of room. So we've just got to do our thing and hope that they slip.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's going to be a mad 2 months because there's a lot of football crammed in. There's like 10 Premier League games left, but you've still got semi-final, the FA Cup final if you get there. You've got quarter-finals, that's 2 legs. Semi-finals, that's 2 legs, and then the final of the Champions League if you get there. There's still a lot of football to play. And my question is, and something that I've been asking myself, and there's the obvious answer, and then there's a more sort of complex answer. But obviously, Arsenal got knocked out of the FA Cup against City. Carabao Cup's dusted, of course, and they've just been knocked out of the Europa League against Sporting Lisbon. Now, there's a lot of different opinions on this. There's some people who are saying Arsenal have just got Premier League to focus on. That's it. That's going to be a benefit for them. But then I've also seen people saying, yeah, but if City can beat Liverpool and then also beat Bayern Munich, the sort of mental boost you get from beating a team like Bayern Munich will help us actually in the Premier League. Where are you sat with this? Do you think that there is sort of a benefit for Arsenal being knocked out? Do you think there's a benefit for City still being in the 2 competitions, the FA Cup, Champions League, or squad-wise, do you think we've got the squad to compete?
We do. Listen, we have got a big squad, and it is good to give people games. They can say, look, we've got 1 game a week now to the end of the season. We've got to concentrate on that. But I don't know. The end of the season will tell, innit? It could be that, they need the rhythm and they're not getting it once a week. And we could have some memorable nights under the lights in Bayern, then Real Madrid. We could be on a right roller coaster. So, I think when you've got the momentum and everything's behind you, I think the games are coming thick and fast. I think the players love it that way. When you've got to sit there and wait, it can start getting a bit tedious, isn't it? So I don't know. We'll see. End of the season, we'll see.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting one. I mean, I just think that with the FA Cup the FA Cup, we've got Sheffield United. No disrespect to them, but we should be beating them. The only thing is, obviously, it's coming at a busy time. Bayern Munich. I'm pretty sure we spoke about this on the do you remember that video that we did straight after the Champions League draw? We did it was me, you, and lads, and we did that sort of 10-minute video speaking about the Champions League draw, about Bayern Munich and how important that first leg of the quarter-final against Bayern Munich is going to be, because that second leg is crammed in. It's crammed in, and if you can go there with a 2-goal lead or something like 2-0, which I think we can get 2-0. I said this on the stream yesterday, and I've seen people commenting saying, LB, you're delusional, thinking City are going to win 2-0 against Bayern. I'm thinking, what? I don't think I'm delusional. I think City can beat Bayern Munich 2-0. The way that we're defending at the moment, what's that, 4 or 5 clean sheets on the bounce? I think City, and that's why that first game, and we spoke about on the video, that first game against Bayern Munich, in my opinion, is so crucial. Because we can go to Germany with a lead, and then just see it off without putting. I know you're going to put. I'm not saying you're not going to work hard. You're not going to put effort in, but You don't want to go there chasing a result where you're literally putting 110% in and the players come off the pitch knackered. If you can go there with a sort of with a lead and control the game rather than chasing the game, you can leave a bit of energy in the tank, because something that people need to understand is our midfield. It's an aging midfield. You got Gundogan in there in his 30s, Kevin De Bruyne in his 30s, and Bernardo isn't, he's a little bit younger, but whether he can play all them games, I don't know. It's about controlling the game. And that's why, for me, that first game against Bayern is so huge. It's unbelievable.
No, we got to go there with something. We've definitely got to. We've got to throw the kitchen sink at him under the Etihad, like you say, at the Etihad Stadium. He's been a bit of a fortress, so we've got to get the crowd up for it, and we've just got to go for it. We can easily go there with a 2-0 lead, and we got to go then to Bayern and got to be disciplined, and we've got to, not do anything stupid and just try and see it out. We did similar to Atletico Madrid. We got the 1-0 at the Etihad. We went out there. They kicked us off the park, but we were disciplined. We manned it. We got the 0-0, and we went through. And a few years ago, Man City probably couldn't have done that. I think Atletico Madrid would have bullied us, but we've got that in the locker now. And I just think we're looking good. And Bayern Munich definitely are not looking forward to playing us. They lost at weekend to Leverkusen. We're just different at the minute, and it's looking good. We can't go into an international break feeling any more confident after the last run of games. So I'm happy. I'm looking forward to it.
What's the stadium, the atmosphere like at City? Obviously, we do the watch-alongs. We're seeing more positive City fan, in our streams, in our chats, in our comments and that. But what's it like at the Etihad? Because the last 10 games, we're on a 10-match unbeaten streak, 6-match winning streak, 5 matches clean sheet record now. What's it like at the stadium? And do you feel like the atmosphere is more positive than it was maybe 2 months ago when the team weren't performing? That Pep Guardiola was questioning the players' mentality. Are the fans up for it in the stadium as well?
Yeah, the game against Burnley, the atmosphere was brilliant. You've seen the Poznan going on around the ground. Every time you see a mass Poznan, things are happening. Half time under the south stand, the DJ had the crowd rocking down there. There's definitely a buzz about the place. There has been since the Arsenal away game, since that away game at the Emirates. There's been a buzz every away game since. Been the same faces, the same crowd. All the young lads are getting behind the team. And everyone's looking forward to Munich as well. So I think in the stadium there's a sense of something's happening. So we just got to keep it going.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's going well at the moment. It is, and we've just got to stay locked in. The fans just have to stay locked in, keep supporting the team. There might be some up, some more ups. There might be some downs. Keep supporting the team. But that Liverpool game, I mean, you mentioned it a few moments ago. That's the first game back from the international break. It's early kickoff. On a Saturday. That's going to be an absolutely huge match. I mean, we kind of have to win because obviously Arsenal are 8 points clear, and we're in this sort of situation now where we can't really be taking draws or losses at this stage of the season. We've got to be winning. Only 1 win in 7 against Liverpool, still according to the records. Not great, but having even though that record's pretty bad, I'm pretty confident going into this game, and the record should tell me not to be confident. But Liverpool ain't been themselves this season, and I just think City are clicking now. Hopefully, this, as you said it a minute ago, this international break might have come at the wrong time for us in terms of our form. But I feel kind of ready for it. I think that this Liverpool game could be exactly what we need because it's going to get us straight back into the intensity that we need to be.
Yeah.
Because, for example, say we played Southampton at home, right? On the first game back from this international break, everyone turns up. It's a 3 p.m. You know what it's like. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of them. Where straight away, that first game back from that international break, Liverpool, you know what I mean? People got to be on it. The Etihad Stadium, we got beat 1-0 at Anfield when we shouldn't have got beat. Poor mistake from Cancelo. And hopefully the place will be rocking. And it's going to get us straight back into it. And then the next game, we're already back in the zone rather than playing someone a little bit lower down the table and everyone's just sort of... I mean, it is what it is. I think that, okay, whilst it's not, you'd rather not have this international break, I actually think having Liverpool as the first game might be sort of like a blessing in disguise.
No, yeah, it's straight back into it. You don't, like I said before, don't get tougher than that. We've just got to go in there, make sure we're all switched on, keep that intensity up. It's a great game. It's going to be a great game against Liverpool. Always is. It's always tight. But if we can beat Liverpool at the Etihad, tease us up nicely going into that run. And Arsenal got to go to Anfield, and Liverpool at Anfield are different.
And that's the week after.
The Etihad.
That's the week after, isn't it?
So hopefully we can beat them, and they go there with a point to prove, and see how it goes. But there's going to be more twists and turns yet in this title race. I guarantee both teams are going to drop points somewhere, 100%.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think there's more twists in the tail for sure, 100%. Let's have a look at some of these super chats that have come in then. We got Zane, big Arsenal fan, says, Steve, the title's slipping away from you. We have the momentum. Let's hope you get the Champions League. Come on, you Gunners. That's from Zane. Bit of confidence coming into Arsenal fans, you know, this last couple of weeks. As you see, Benno here says AFTV said it's now a one-horse race. Guy needs a reality check. I've seen that as well. And this is, are they falling into a sense, like a false sense of security here? Because I still sense a lot of twists and turns in this tale. And I'm starting to see a few Arsenal fans now say, oh no, it's ours. And this is the worst time to say that. This is the worst time to say that, because you can switch off. And I can guarantee you now, at some point in a game soon for Arsenal, something's going to go wrong. Either they'll get a man sent off, you know, an injury, something will happen in the game, and it'll rock them. And can they come back from that? Now, they've done it quite a few times this season, credit to them. But once you come back from this international break, this is where it matters. This is where the pressure is ramped up. And as I've said all season, with every single game that goes by, with every single victory that Arsenal get, that pressure ramps up on them. No one expected Arsenal to win the Premier League, and with every game that goes by, the pressure will be ramped. Can they handle that pressure? You think Arsenal fans are getting a little bit too maybe too confident here? Because I still think there's loads of twists and whatever the fucking phrase is. I still think there's a lot of twists. Hey there, Steve. Oh, Steve? Have we lost Steve? Have I lost Steve? I might have lost Steve here, guys. Might have lost Steve. I'll see if we can get him back. He's not there at the moment. Let me add him back in. Steve, you there?
Yeah, was it you moving, madam? Me?
I think it's you, mate. Yeah, I think it's you. You quick get you out, but you're back. You're back now. It just froze you. It just froze you. I don't know how much you heard. I was just asking, like, do you think Arsenal, maybe some Arsenal fans are getting a bit too confident?
Well, I've said it before, but then they all get all sensitive and start crying about it. So it's not every Arsenal fan. There's a few that message me who are genuine, who we talk about it, who are looking forward to the race. I get that. And there's a few that are obviously getting silly on the AFTV, saying it's a one-horse race and they're built different and that. So listen, there's two types of fans out there. The ones that are realistic and know that Man City ain't going away. And there's ones that are just getting a bit giddy with it. But it is what it is, man. They're entitled to the top of the league.
Yeah. Fairs. Big up Zane. Says, Steve, would you say Odegaard is better than De Bruyne this season? That's a good question for you.
This season, Odegaard's had a great season. Probably has been a better season for him than De Bruyne. But if you're talking about better players, then he's nowhere near him. But this season, he's played better.
Yeah, fairs. Big up Archie as well for the two. Says, Bayern missed that goal threat like Erling Haaland and Benzema. I hear what you're saying. I've watched them a few times, and yeah, I do get that. I understand what you're saying that for, Archie, but they've also added a different side to the game, which is a bit more speed, a bit more pace up top. You know, I know that they sometimes don't always run the pace game, and they do put the big man up top, but you know, they got Mane, who's, I don't know if he's going to be back. Is he back from his injury? I'm not 100% sure. They got Gnabry, Coleman, Sane. You know, they've got so many pacey players. It's unbelievable. So I'm just really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that Bayern Munich game because, you know, I know they're a good team. And, you know, I know if I say this, people will murk me if we get beat. But I reckon we can do him, you know. I reckon we can do him. I reckon we can beat him at home by a couple of goals. I'm that confident in my team. I feel that good about my team. The fact that my team is keeping clean sheets right now, it's making me feel very, very confident, you know, because clean sheets give you such a good basis, such a good foundation to sort of kick on. And that's something that we've not had earlier in the season. So I'm just loving it, man. It's a great time to be a City fan right now. It's a business end of the season. You know what? We might not win the Premier League, but we're still in the FA Cup. We're still in the Champions League. You know, there's a high chance that we're going to win a trophy. And so, you know, it's up and down season, hasn't it, this year, Steve? It's been a bit emotionally draining. You know, we bought Haaland in. I think that a lot of people thought it was going to be plain sailing. It got off to a great start. We all maybe got on that boat and was like, yeah, it's going to be an easy season, this. And then we ran into trouble. And on top of that, you've had Arsenal who've been fantastic this year. But this is the business end now, isn't it? And this is where it gets serious.
Yeah, we just didn't. We had that little blip in between where we were throwing things away, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's no good, you know what I mean? But we're getting going now. But time will tell whether it's too late. But we finally look like we found a system that works. We're creating chances for Haaland. We're creating chances for other players in the squad. We're looking dangerous now, where we're going through games where Haaland wasn't touching the ball for 20-odd minutes. We weren't creating any chances. It was very lethargic on the edge of the box, knocking it around and that. So, listen, the good thing is we've shook off that system change that we thought we'd never get into. And it does look like now that the players are finally twigging it and we look dangerous.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. Phil Foden has been performing well since the last big Steve show. He come in, he's been playing on the right wing, been doing really, really well. Played obviously the other game at left wing. What have you made of Phil Foden recently, Steve? Because there was a period, wasn't there, sort of in between the Liverpool game at Anfield where he didn't really do much, and sort of about a month ago where he just didn't. He didn't look himself, and now it turned out he had a bit of a foot injury. What have you made of him recently? Because I honestly believe that Phil Foden is going to be crucial in this running, and not just in the Premier League. I'm talking FA Cup, I'm talking Champions League. He's that good, that crucial. He can get you goals, get you assists. He's so energetic. He's got the passion. City fan, of course. Well, what do you make of Phil Foden's sort of like mini revival over the last month?
Yeah, he had problems early in the season. We get that. It turned out it was a foot injury. He just didn't look the same. He's come back now and he's on it, and it's the best time to return. It just looks like we got everyone back, firing at the right time. Ruben Diaz came in, obviously was massive. Phil Foden coming back's massive. The bench is strong. You know, we've got plenty of options, but we know what Foden's about. He's played a lot of football for a kid his age. But he's been there and done it, you know what I mean? And he's been in these title runnings. And then, you know, you need a bit of magic in these games. You're looking at players like Phil to produce it. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I say, we get back from international duty, everyone pulling in the same direction, everybody getting behind the lads home and away. And we just all got to pull together and get them over the line like we did last season.
Yeah, it's going to be a big push, man. I mean, I'm looking at the fixtures here. The fixtures are absolutely wild. In fact, let me whack them on screen so people can see the fixtures, man. They're absolutely, I mean, they're incredible, man. I'm looking at the fixtures. Let's have a look. So you got this Liverpool game here, obviously first game back, early kickoff, 12:30 kickoff. You got Southampton away. We know we've struggled against Southampton in the past. Don't always do too well against Southampton. That's an evening kickoff. Obviously, you got a little bit of a break in between that. Then boom, we're at home. City versus Bayern Munich, big game. That's crucial for me. That's absolutely crucial. Because if you look at this, you know, you got the Bayern Munich away game, then you're going to have to go all the way down to Wembley. Ignore that. That needs to be postponed, that Brighton game. But yeah, this Bayern Munich game here, everyone's going to fly out to Bayern Munich and then fly back to England. They'll probably, you know, I would imagine maybe they might fly directly to Wembley. I'm not sure. They might go Manchester and then go.
I did it last season. That flew straight back to Milton Keynes, stayed the night, and went to Wembley the day after for the Liverpool on the Saturday.
Yeah, that's why for me, this first game is huge. This first game against Bayern Munich here, 11th of April, is huge because if we can take a lead to Bayern Munich, we don't have to chase the game. We can control the game. Because, you know, City can pass teams to death if they want to. And we can do it to the best teams in Europe. We can take a lead to Bayern Munich away. I'm pretty sure we can pass them to death. And then you might be able to go to Sheffield United. Because if you remember the game against Liverpool last season in the semi-final, he had to rotate. he had to rotate a lot because of that Real Madrid game. I know, not the Real Madrid game, whatever game it was before that, he had to rotate it a hell of a lot, and that's why we ended up getting beat really in the semi-final of the FA Cup, because he rotated so much. So if you can take that lead to Bayern Munich away, then that'll be decent. As I said, guys, ignore that Brighton game. That's going to be postponed and rearranged. And then obviously look at that. 4 days later, back at the Etihad, 26th of April, Manchester City versus Arsenal. I mean, that is just make or break, innit? That is just make or break. Absolutely massive, massive game. A must win for City. It's probably not even a must win for Arsenal. It's probably just like a must not lose for them. If they get a draw, I think they'll be well happy with that.
Yeah, they will. We've got to win it. We've got to win them all. There's no excuses. We've just got to do what we do. We've done it before. We can do it again. You know, if we don't win them all and we lose out in the league, it's only ourselves to blame from the earlier on in the season where we didn't get going. But it was a transitional season. We finally got the number 9 we wanted. It wasn't just going to click straight away. It just didn't happen that way. It sort of did, and then it didn't. Defenders started wising up to him, realising, you know, you can't give him all that space. So we had a little bit of a lull. But look at him. The guy's just unbelievable. The last 2 games, he's just frightening to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're spot on. Big up Carl with a super chat, says, love our draw in the Champions League. Much more fun as a fan to see good teams. Love it that we sort of are writing off. Love it that we sort of are written off to win the Premier League. Always good to come from behind. Yeah, like Steve said before, though, I think there's only a minority of people that are writing City off. I mean, in my view, you're absolutely foolish if you're writing this Manchester City team off. And I've said something before, Steve. Don't know if I said it on an Avengers show. I kind of low-key think some of these City players actually like being in this position. I get the opinion sometimes that they kind of like being second. They like hunting down teams. They like hunting down Man United or Liverpool or, as it is this season, Arsenal, rather than just be top of the table. Because it's not easy being top of the table because, you know, the team is behind you. He's constantly on top of you. You know what I mean? And there's much more pressure on Arsenal because they're there. They've got one finger on the trophy. You know, there's 10 games to go, you know, and they're now 8 points clear. They've got one finger on the trophy. You know, there's a lot of pressure on Arsenal. I kind of think some of these City players thrive being in this position of hunting them down. And I'm backing us to do it, man. I reckon we can do it 100%. You know, I'm confident. I like the way that we're playing. So, as you said before, Steve, the team seems to have worked out this system, and it's looking good. It's looking good. Very positive. Guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream if you've not done so already. Of course, make sure you go check out Steve's YouTube channel. I've linked it in the description. It's in the title of the stream as well. So if you just refresh the stream, you can just click it and click subscribe. And of course, check him out on Instagram, Big Steve MCFC, especially for the match day content, man. You know what I mean? When the guys in, I do get jealous sometimes, though, Steve. Can't lie, mate. You know what I mean? Sat here and then go on the Instagram and see your stories of when you're in, like, I don't know, wherever you are, Leipzig, or it'll be Munich the next game, and then obviously Real Madrid if we get to the semi-final, which we do. So go check him out on Instagram. Oh yeah, is he gone? He'll be back in a sec. I think it just disconnects and reconnects. So yeah, guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Let's see if we can get Steve back, because I just wanted to finish off the stream by asking him about Jude Bellingham. See if I can get him back. Oh no, he's completely gone. He's completely gone. He's completely gone, guys. It's chalked. It's chalked. It could be chalked. Let me wait a minute or two to see if he comes back in, because I want to ask him about Jude Bellingham, man. And I know you guys want me to ask him about Jude Bellingham, innit? You know what I mean? Guy brought us some big news with the Haaland news. Let's see if he's got anything on Erling Haaland. I want to just give it a minute just to see if we can get him back in. Bellingham going to Liverpool because he took a picture with Trent. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? It's mad. I don't believe none of that stuff, me. In fact, I actually think that it's probably the opposite. I actually think it's probably the opposite. I think it's probably the opposite, man. You know, I think that if Liverpool players start going out with him on a night out, I actually get the opposite opinion of it. I get the opposite opinion of it. He's frozen inside. Oh, I think we got him back. We got him back, people. We got him back. Yes, Steve.
New location, man. New location.
I thought you just green screened. You know, like Martin from the Mancunian Way has the green screen where he's got the Etihad Stadium behind him. He's green screened into a new direction, man. Is it going to go in?
No. says full signal here.
Nah, I think he's. I think the Bellingham question might have to wait, people. The internet's not working properly, I don't think. Nah, it could be chalked. It could be chalked. Look, we'll have to ask him on the next one. We'll have to ask him on the next one, man, because I'm not 100% sure what's happening with the internet connection there. Steve looks shell shocked, mate. Well, the news coming out today, man, is that the Jude Bellingham thing is quite big. It's quite big. That City are favourites. Well, not City are favourites. That Liverpool are no longer favourites. That's obviously quite big. So, yeah, big up, man. I'll ask Steve on the next Big Steve show what he thinks about Jude Bellingham. In fact, he's back on Thursday for the Avengers, so I'll ask him there. But peace out to everyone for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed the questions and what's gone on. Thanks out to everyone that super chatted us. And people, we'll see you guys in the next one. See you later.